Welcome to See.Mom.Learn, a podcast for the perpetually curious, created by me, a lifelong learner, home educator, and talent development professional. First and foremost, this podcast is not a guilt trip. In fact, the space of guilt tripping moms is way too crowded for me to throw my hat in the ring. Women are guilt tripped for being single, for being partnered, for having children, for not having children, for being strong, for being weak, for being outspoken, or for being quiet. Ugh. Mothers are guilt tripped about working, about staying home, about being too much for our partners and our children, and about not being or doing enough. And this guilt trip train leaves the station before most of us even leave the hospital with the baby. You must breastfeed. You must cloth diaper. You must read, sing, and massage your newborn every couple of hours. You must not let the house fall down around you. But also, you must sleep when the baby sleeps. It's crazy. So this podcast is not created to guilt you out about outsourcing education. If you've never wondered about homeschool, it's totally fine. If you found the perfect school, if your child is thriving and your education community is responsive and supportive, kudos to you. If some of your kids are homeschooled and some aren't, well, good for you. This podcast isn't about a one-size-fits-all approach to education and family. What it is about is the expansive possibility we have to live a life that reflects our values and priorities. With money, this is a common message, right? Make sure you're spending in accordance to what your priorities are. But for some reason, everywhere we turn, there's a big trip when it comes to time. Let me be clear, education choices belong to parents. Starting kindergarten a year late to let your kiddo develop more, sending them to pre-K 3 because you love their teacher, outsourcing to public school or private school, to virtual programs or to tutors. These are all highly individualized choices. If I cook tonight, or if I buy back my time by ordering out, if I spend the weekend cleaning, or if I enlist the assistance of a housekeeper, these are my personal and rational choices. And that's all they are, choices. And these choices are ours to make. We can choose to allot our time to reflect what is most important, to maintain balance, and live our lives in a way that doesn't lead to burnout, breakdowns, and depletion. And we absolutely must choose one way or the other. But when it comes to homeschooling, not everyone who's considering it has all the information they need to make the best, most informed decision. In comes See.Mom.Learn. So now that you know what it's not, let's get into what it is. See.Mom.Learn is for anyone interested in educating themselves or their children in an intentional way. It's a pep talk, the one you need when you've had an off day or week or year. Yeah, I said it. You can go wrong for an entire year with a horrible teacher who shouldn't be teaching, or a horrible curriculum that doesn't represent your babies and the world around them, or simply by being super boring and never course correcting. But you can and you will recover. This podcast will challenge you to envision the educator you always wanted to be. It's here to help you mom or to parents, but real talk, never have I ever been a dad. Let's face it, every child needs parenting more than they need their parent to be a teacher. And we can't be showing up as the master drill instructor when the kids just need cuddles. But the other side of the verb of momming is the well-kept secret that we can't be great moms without being great to ourselves as moms. My care, my mental health, my self-worth matter. Ma'am, you can't fill anybody else's cup when your whole iced tea pitcher is empty. Our personal and professional development, our ability to ask for help, these are all the real homeschool lessons we teach our children. Don't we owe it to ourselves and to them to be intentional? Okay, so you got that See.Mom.Learn. The C is about having a vision or a mission for your homeschooling, and that can be pretty high level and organic. We got that mom is a verb and that moms are human people first. Let's talk learning. One of the most beautiful things about homeschooling is that we get to learn. right alongside the babies. So, this podcast offers fresh ideas and proven ones, food for thought, and a nudge to taste and see the world around us. See, Mom, Learn. Homeschool for all.